Let's watch some Greg and Tim show clips.
Next, let's talk LBJ.
Let's talk the NBA in-season tournament first. Before we get to LeBron James.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, is the first player to win the Olympics, right? An NBA championship.
Yeah.
An MVP championship.
Yeah.
And this new in-season championship.
Well, it just started, so nobody could have won all those.
But I don't think anybody else on the team has won all that stuff. Am I correct?
On the Los Angeles Lakers?
Yeah.
Well, the only person that would have been Anthony Davis.
Has he won an Olympics? Has he won an MVP?
I can't remember.
Has he won an NBA championship?
Well, of course he won an NBA. He won an NBA championship in the bubble, right, with LeBron because they played together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't understand the hate. There's no athlete, that I know of on the face of the planet that is more hated by more people than LeBron James, and it just seems overdone to me. I don't understand it.
Do you think it's due to his comments socially?
On social media? Well, lots of guys have comments in social media. The issue is this. MJ didn't do all those things. We didn't have the excessiveness of the online, media for social media that we had back then. Who knows if he would have in that day, right? So this is the issue. Should he be on so much? I mean, apparently LeBron James is a family man.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a great, he does a lot for the community. He's an amazing player. Nobody talks about the fact he's almost 40 years old and he's averaging 26 points a game in the NBA.
And he's carrying a team.
He's almost 40 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
MJ wasn't this good he had retired already, but he wasn't that good. He
retired twice by then.
Yeah. We're not talking about how good he is. All people talk about, and the problem is, I was actually, and for those people out there who don't know, the in-season tournament was won by the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
So nobody's respecting that he won. I mean, it's something you do well.
Does this give him anything onto his legacy?
I was hoping he didn't, because now people are like, they're laughing and they're saying that he won 2 championships. And this is the other thing. People disrespect the bubble championship. And this is the one that the Lakers won during COVID, right? Where everyone was sequestered into one place. Because for some reason, that was apparently an easier championship to win.
That would have been the hardest one to win.
That's my point. Why was it the easiest? The Los Angeles Clippers collapsed under the pressure. Remember Lou Williams getting those wings and he stopped, and Lou Williams stopped at an adult
contemporary club.
Exactly. And on the way to the bubble, when you weren't supposed to stop anywhere because was killing everybody, right? But he couldn't play. He was disqualified because he stopped for hot wings at an adult's amusement center, whatever you want to call it. And the funny thing was that he said no, he really likes the wings there, and that was the joke. But they collapsed.
Was it all you can eat wings? Or does all you can eat breasts?
Well, yeah. Okay, well, we'll cut that out too.
Why? Chicken breasts are great. They're white meat.
Yeah.
The wings are dark meat. The breasts are the best part.
Yeah. But why was it an easier championship to win?
Yeah.
So it's disrespected. So now people are saying, well, he won the 2 most disrespected championships. And now I'm not saying this is I'm not talking about the in-season tournament being all that great or that it's that valuable, but apparently they're going to put a banner up.
They're putting up a banner.
Which
LA is getting another one in the LA, not the Forum. I mean, what is it called now? It's called Cryptocurrency Stadium.
In fairness, if you win your division or you win your conference, or you're the Western Championship, you do get a banner. The banners aren't just put up for winning the overall championship. It happens all the time.
Yeah,
the Jets win the Smythe division.
No, remember?
Actually didn't.
Remember when the Predators put up banners for stuff that they didn't even really win?
Right. But there are banners put up for more than just winning the overall.
The Jets beat them.
Yeah.
And the Predators still put up a banner for winning the division.
Yeah. But this all this talk, and I'm not one of these people that say LeBron is the GOAT. If you want to transition into that, my opinion is Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all time.
Yeah, 100% he is.
And LeBron is number 2. There's people that are LeBron lovers and don't they're new to the sport. They didn't see Michael play.
Yeah.
And they're on one side of saying, "Oh yeah, LeBron is the best, whatever. He's number one because that's who they saw play." They're on one side of the fence, and on the other, there's crazy people who say, "No, LeBron's 7th or 8th or 10th." Like, these are haters.
No, obviously
they're biased by their hatred of the guy, and I have no idea. I don't understand why he is.
I think the only one that could maybe challenge him would be like a Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, those guys.
Yeah, and,
but more so because they played in a different era. If they played in this era, again, we talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
Jacques Plante would be the worst goalie in the NHL right now.
Yeah, but I've said this about Babe Ruth before. You cannot compare.
Babe Ruth smoked on his way up to the plate.
You cannot compare. So do you, but that's fine.
I do not smoke
anymore. You cannot compare guys in their generation to other generations. They were made for their generation.
Yeah.
What I always say is compare them to their contemporaries. Babe Ruth is the best of all time in baseball, and I know I'm going off track, but Babe Ruth is the best player of all time because he hit like 40 home runs, and the second best home run hitter hit like 8. That's why he is the best. He dominated so much.
He did it in a park that was very easy to hit home runs in. He actually built the park for him.
Apparently, the second best player who hit home runs didn't find it that easy to hit home runs in.
Mickey Mantle?
Mickey Mantle came after.
Was it that far after though?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
It was wasn't that far after, but they didn't play like in the same
era.
Yeah. But my point is you can only judge that, right?
Yeah. Well, there's certain players that are the best of their generation.
Because you could again
Wayne Gretzky is the best of our generation growing up.
Yeah.
And right now, you can argue that if Crosby played against Gretzky, Crosby would have been better. Back in the day when goalies wore shin pads for goalie pads and didn't move very quickly.
But again, I can only compare Gretzky against his contemporaries and how well he did compared to the other people.
Yeah, that's Gretzky and Lemieux in their generation.
Yeah.
It's easy, right? Yeah. It's harder in this generation to actually pick a top 2.
Yeah.
I guess you could say Crosby Ovechkin right now.
Yeah.
And then you can go with like my youngest son's age group right now. You're going to go McDavid, Bedard?
Well, McDavid, McKinnon.
Yeah, because Bedard's still in his first year.
Yeah.
But like once Bedard gets into year 5 and McDavid's in year 10, they might be the two faces of the league.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you agree with me that it's Michael 1 and LeBron 2?
Yeah, 100%. Okay. The thing with basketball I find though is that you could have probably put Michael Jordan against LeBron James,
right? And
they could probably compete against each other.
My only point, and again, I'm going against what I've said before that you can't compare generations. Is that physically, if those two players had a one-on-one in their primes,
it would be a close game.
Physically, LeBron James is just better physically. Now, would Michael hit what made Michael great? And again, he was in the position to do so.
Yeah,
is that he was very, very clutch when you needed him to do something. He almost always, although he didn't always do it, we just remember the
good ones.
He actually missed a lot of game-winning shots, but in the clutch moments in the championships, he made those shots. Right. Yeah. Now I always argue that he also had a better coach. He had a better system. He had.
Didn't LeBron James have what's his name as a coach for a while?
Who's that?
The coach that Michael Jordan had.
No.
I thought he had him.
Phil Jackson was never.
I thought Phil Jackson coached him in LA for a little bit at the beginning.
He did not. And he didn't start in LA. LeBron James didn't start in LA.
No, I know. But I'm just saying when he went to LA, I thought he was there.
Phil Jackson might have been.
Oh, no. Phil Jackson coached Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
In LA.
Yeah. But that's my only argument is that physically, I think Jordan would have had issues with LeBron because he's more physical. He's bigger.
I don't know.
Jordan
also had some physical big players that he played against. He played against guys like Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
like Magic Johnson was a physically
guys like Charles Oakley.
Yeah,
Magic Johnson wasn't all that physical, but who I love. Magic Johnson might be my favorite basketball player of all time, but that's a different story.
You know who I like?
Who's that?
The guy with the big bald guy that
the big bald guy.
Oh man, what's his name? He was small. He played for the Suns.
Chauncey Billups?
No. Bigger dude with the Suns. Man.
Oh, Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley. I like Charles Barkley.
Terrible.
He was fun. He's fun. He was a fun one to watch. I always thought that he was a good basketball player. He probably wasn't the greatest at his time, but
he was pretty good. He just got fat.
He got big. Hey, thanks for watching the Greg and Tim Show clips. If you'd like, you can click this guy right in the middle here. That's the button that you can subscribe with. Click, click. Or if you want to watch another video of ours, just press the button in front of me. Press the one in front of me. There's also one in front of Tim, right there. Press it.
Yeah.
Press the button there, and subscribe here. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next episode.